Okay, it's not easy. The clip is easy to push down, but it's rather challenging to find a spot for your arm to go to pull the plug. Steering rack's in the way, differential's in the way. This is going to be the hard part, I can tell. Let's get the plug off. Hey everybody, welcome back to Groundhog's Garage. My name is Jim. Hey, we're back to working on the 2001 Toyota Sequoia. It has a P0135 code, which is a bank 1 sensor 1 oxygen sensor heater circuit fail. So I'm actually remaking the introduction for this video. So this is after the fact, but the reason I changed it was because I had bought a oxygen sensor from Advanced Auto, and it was a Bosch unit, which is fine, but it's universal, so it fits 10 different vehicles, and you have to take the plug from your original oxygen sensor and graft it into your replacement Bosch sensor. The instructions aren't that good, so if you are doing this right now and you're looking for a little help, maybe this video helps you on how to put the connector together and how to wire the color coding chart and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully it helps, and let's get started with the video, and I'll quit yakking here. Diagnostics, and what do we come up with? P0135 and a P0420. So P0135 O2 sensor heater circuit. So I've got, let's see what that is. Let's try this. That's bank 1 sensor 1, bank 1 sensor 1. So I'm going to replace that too. I've got that sensor. That's the one I ordered and didn't replace. So that'll be my next thing. So I'm going to try to minimize the steps from underneath the truck. This is what I'm taking down with me. The socket, a couple little pry tools for getting the plug off, and the breaker bar, because sometimes they can be a little sticky. So I'm going to grab this, my other oxygen sensor. We'll climb under the truck and see if we can't make this in one trip. We are on the driver's side bank, and you can see the sensor right there. And I don't know if I have room for you in the camera, but we will try. First we will disconnect the plug. Not a lot of room in there.
A few minutes later.
Okay, it's not easy. The clip is easy to push down, but it's rather challenging to find a spot for your arm to go to pull the plug. It's funny, when you go to push it, the wires are pulling on the sensor. So let's change our tactics here a little bit. Let's see if we can get the sensor out first. Okay, so the sensor popped right out. So now what I can do is, hopefully I have some room here that I can hit this clip, and then I won't be fighting the wires attached to the sensor, and it should hopefully pop out. Okay, I got it past the clip, I think. I did. So, come on, baby. There we go. Ta-da! Alright, let me go prep the other one and we'll slap it in there. So I got my oxygen sensor and I just took it out of the box, and it happens to be a universal one. So you're supposed to take the plug from your original oxygen sensor and splice it onto your replacement oxygen sensor. I didn't know this when I took it. I should have looked in the box before I left, but it is what it is. I got it. We're going to give this a go. The instructions from Bosch are not that great, but I'm making it work. Down here, and really you just come down here. These are the wires into the Bosch oxygen sensor, and then you go over here and find the color chart that matches the plug that comes from your original oxygen sensor, and mine are blue, black, black, white. So my blue is going to go to a black, the two blacks are going to go to the two whites, and my white's going to go to the gray. You got to pay attention here, because you got you're putting them in the plug like this, and you want to make sure it matches when you connect the two pieces together. The plug itself is multi-directional, so it'll fit in any direction, but yeah, it's so my black and gray are like that. You got the two wires here, and then here's my pigtail, and then so my blue and white, the white's going to go to the gray, and the black or the blue is going to go to the black. I thought I'd show you this in case you have to do this. So now I'm going to put the camera another way and show you what happens from here. So once you get this, you're just going to, this is 20 gauge wire, you're just going to take off a little bit of the end. Let's get the right one here. Like that. And then make sure you put this piece on. And when you're ready, so white's going to go to black, which is right here. Let's see, there we go. And you're just going to put it in there like that. And then tighten it down. So that should be a nice connection. Doesn't come apart. And once I snap it all together, it should be watertight. So let's do the gray to blue. Is that right? Oh, that's goofed. Should be black to blue. And you know, I can't imagine how many comebacks they get on this. So, black to blue. Tighten it down. And then gray to white. And I don't know if you saw that before I straightened it out. It had smashed the wire, so I'm assuming it makes good contact. And then black to white and black to white. So we'll strip these two wires here. two little cappers. And it doesn't really matter as far as what goes where, but it's a lot easier if you just line them up with the plug so that you're not crossing wires or anything like that. And put that in there. Just like that. And look, see how nice that is all the way across? So blue to black, double checking again, white to gray, and then the two whites to the two blacks. It would probably be a good idea to put a little dielectric grease on all these little bumpers so they don't leak. So let me poke a hole in here and then we'll do that. So we'll put a little dab on each one here that comes out. There we go. Smear it all up a little bit. Get some on the wire. Slide those into their position. And see, that's how they're going to fit inside there. So hopefully those come back out. There we go. And we'll do the same thing over here. Little dab will do you. Sorry, I keep moving away from the camera. So we put those back in there, all lubed up. Not only will they slide in there a little easier, they'll be waterproof, hopefully. Then you just pull all those adapters in there, like that. And then you slide the other end down. And everything should line up. And you click it. And it should be waterproof and all set to go. So just for one last look here. You know the old thing, measure once or measure 10 times, cut once. So our black and white go to the blue and white go to black and gray, which is right, and then the two whites go to the two blacks. So we should be all set to go. I'm going to put a little bit of this grease on the connector in the truck. And you know what, maybe I'll just do it this way. We'll just take some and put it around the perimeter of the plug, like so. I'm going to keep this watertight too. Take a wire and get some of that out of there. Don't need too much. And the oxygen sensor, does it have some anti-seize on it? It does have a little bit of anti-seize on there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in there and we'll finish this thing up. Hopefully it works. Okay, so the sensor's in and I've driven the truck around a little bit and I haven't gotten the oxygen sensor code back, but I did get the catalytic converter code back. Took a while, but it did finally come back. So I don't work on exhaust. It's a dirty, messy job, and guys that do it every day are so quick about it, and it's not that much more than to do it yourself than it is to have somebody else do it. It's just not worth it to me. So I'll have the catalytic converter replaced. So hopefully you enjoyed this and some of these things helped you, and hopefully you've subscribed to the channel. And other than that, have a great day.